We invite you to watch the video on the Aquaculture Farm channel.
One of Japan's favorite fish for winter sashimi has become more expensive this year as it rides a global wave of popularity, taking exports to an all-time high. Yellowtail, called wari in Japanese, has won over seafood lovers in North America, Asia and other markets with its firm, fatty texture. Exports rose about 40% by value to a record high in 2021, becoming Japan's second most valuable fisheries export after scallops, Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries data shows. Even farmed yellowtail has grown scarce, driving prices higher. Exports rose about 40% by value to a record high in 2021, becoming Japan's second most valuable fisheries export after scallops, Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries data shows. Even farmed yellowtail has grown scarce, driving prices higher. Winter yellowtail is one of the most sought-after varieties at Tokyo's Toyama Fish Market because of the painstaking selection process and steps to ensure freshness. The winter yellowtail caught in Toyama Bay are prized for their firm flesh, believed to be developed from the rough seas. Yellowtail caught in the Sea of Japan region of Hokuriku commands high prices in the Japanese market. These Himikanbori brand fish sell for around $400 each. The season typically goes into full swing in December. But this year, catches have been running at 500 to 600 fish a day since mid-November. Yellowtail enjoys standout popularity in the Hokuriku region. The cities of Toyama and Kanazawa, the capital of Ishikawa Prefecture, rank first and second, respectively, in annual consumer spending on Yellowtail, according to Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications' Family Income and Expenditure Survey. This is roughly double the national average. Yellowtail farmed in places such as Kyushu and Shikoku account for 60% of Japan's yellowtail. The rest is wild caught. Farmed yellowtail prices are rising due to the increase in overseas demand and higher food costs, among other factors. Local fishing groups in the city of Himi, located in Toyama Prefecture about 300 kilometers northwest of Tokyo, declared the start of the winter yellowtail season on November 26. Yellowtail are born in the sea off southern Kyushu, then head north in search of food in summer before migrating back south in winter to lay eggs. Japan, the world's largest producer of farmed yellowtail, is lagging behind competing countries in the proportion of its yellowtail seedlings that come from hatchery production. The result is that the country's yellowtail producers are reliant on wild-caught fish to populate their farms, and face bigger challenges in producing a steady supply of high-quality fresh product year. In 2012, the Japanese government put a cap on the number of seedlings that could be stocked, to prevent a glut in the market after high production led to a drop in wholesale prices. Despite setting an ambitious 240,000 metric ton yellowtail export goal for 2030, a 70% increase from its 2018 production total, the country has not yet increased the stocking limitation.
Since 2014, the country's overall production volume of Cereola species has been kept near 130,000 metric tons, MT, with about 100,000 MT in Esquinca radiata, Buri, Hamachi, in Japanese, or Yellowtail, in English, 30,000 mt in Estumerily, Kampachi, in Japanese, or Greater Amberjack, in English, and a small amount of Eslalandi, Hiramasa, in Japanese, or Yellowtail Amberjack, Yellowtail Kingfish, in English. This dwarfs the approximately 20,000 mt of Cerealis species farmed outside of Japan, mainly Eslalandi in Australia, the Netherlands, and Mexico, and S. ravoliana in Hawaii and Mexico. But those overseas producers source 100% of the fingerlings from hatchery production, while less than 20% of the Mojako stocked in net pens in Japan was spawned in captivity. This is because, except for a poor seedling harvest in 2022, Japan usually has a plentiful stock of both wild harvested yellowtail seedlings. Yellowtail spawn on the edge of the East China Sea shelf, and juvenile fish live among drifting seaweed. Riding the current, they reach the coast of Japan around Kagoshima, where the seedlings are harvested by dip nets in April and May and moved to wellboats. The amount of drifting algae has steadily increased since the 1990s, with the exception of 2021, when low algae levels resulted in a poor harvest of yellowtail seedlings. The annual quota of yellowtail seedlings allowed to be harvested for use in Japanese aquaculture is about 2.2 million fish, but in 2021, the number taken was less than half that. Besides the unpredictability of the wild harvests, Japanese yellowtail farmers are also looking to mitigate damage from the annual threat of red tides. Because yellowtail grows well in subtropical environments, Japan's southern Shikoku and Kyushu Islands have become the country's central yellowtail aquaculture production areas. But red tides occur in those areas in the summer, impacting operations. In 2009 and 2010, red tides around Kyushu caused 8.5 billion Japanese yen, $65.5 million United States dollars, 60.1 million euros, in aquaculture-related losses. Aquaculture farmers had no choice but to move their net cages to areas where there was no red tide, or to harvest their yellowtail at a lower weight before the red tides subsumed their farms. This disaster spurred the subsequent study of initiating early spawning at a hatchery facility at the Fisheries Research Agency, FRA, Seikai Fisheries Research Institute. A resulting collaboration between Nagasaki University and the Higashimachi Fisheries Cooperative Association in Kagoshima Prefecture was detailed in a report in the March 2022 issue of FRA News, Artificial Seedlings of Buri, Aiming for Popularization. The study's senior researcher and lead author, Takuro Hotta, found it necessary to have yellowtail seedling of a minimum size of 10 centimeters by March in order to grow them up to 4 kilograms by the following April, in advance of the annual red tides. In order to achieve that goal,
イワシサバにとらわれず網に魚が刺さった状態で海の中に入れておくと、潮が速い時に普段の倍網やロープに負担がかかります。負担がかかると網が破れたりロープが切れたりとトラブルの原因となるため落としていきます。網を上げてみると、サバやイワシの他にイカが結構いたのでタモですくっていきます。
Yellowtail, Buri, young yellowtail, Hamachi, is a type of edible fish that has been commonly consumed at the Japanese dining table for a long time. It is temperate migratory fish, belonging to the family, Carangidae, in the Perciformes group, which grows to over 1 meter in length and weighs about 8 kilograms. It inhabits the coastal sea area of the Japanese archipelago and the East China Sea and is considered an inherent species in Japan's neighboring oceans. There are various designations for the fish depending on the area and the size of the fish, but in general, yellowtail is used as a collective term for both natural and farmed fish, while young yellowtail is used only for farmed fish. Production of both natural and farmed is stable and they are in season in the wintertime when they become fatty. Yellowtail available in the wintertime is called Canberry, winter yellowtail, which is very popular and also used in a special seasonal cuisine to celebrate the new year. Shusuo, promotional fish, a sign of auspiciousness. Yellowtail is a prime example of Shusuo, promotional fish. Shusuo means fish that are given different Japanese names according to their stages of growth. In the Kanto region, for example, wakashi is the name given to the fish with a body length of 10 to 30 centimeters, anada for those about 30 to 60 centimeters, and warasa for those about 60 to 80 centimeters, and buri for those 80 centimeters or longer. In the Kansai region, the fish is given names such as subasu, hamachi, majiro, and buri as they grow bigger. Having unique names with variations in each region implies affection, particularity for yellowtail, among Japanese people. Shusuo, promotional fish, is considered auspicious in Japan and is one of the ingredients commonly used for dishes to celebrate a departure. In the Hokuriku region, a military commander of the Sengoku period, Toshie Mida, circa 1539 to 1599, is said to have sent yellowtail as a year-end gift. In some parts of this region, at the end of the year when a daughter gets married, there is a customary practice to send one piece of yellowtail each to her husband's family and to the matchmaker. In the northern part of Kyushu, on the contrary, there is a custom of giving yellowtail from the husband's family to the bride's parents. Yellowtail caught on coasts across Japan. Natural yellowtails are caught in most coastal areas all over Japan, except in Okinawa. Traditional stationary nets used to be the mainstream fishing method, but in recent years, round-haul net fishery has also been prevalent. According to the Fishery, Aquaculture Production Statistics by the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, the catch of natural yellowtail in 2016 was 104,800 tons. The catch of natural yellowtail used to be about half of the farmed yellowtail, but since 2010, it has constantly exceeded 100,000 tons, accounting for about 40% of the total production. By area, the Shiman Prefecture has the largest catch of yellowtail, followed by Ishikawa Prefecture, Hokkaido, and Nagasaki Prefecture. Each region has premium yellowtail brands, such as Himiburi in Toyama Prefecture and Tenjoburi in Hokkaido, which are traded at high prices. Also, for those who fish as a hobby, yellowtail is a good target. You can change the bait and lure to enjoy different styles of fishing, depending on the seasons. Stable supply thanks to advanced aqua farming technologies. The harvest amount of farmed fish in seas surrounding Japan, Fishery, Aquaculture Production Statistics, Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, 2016, was 248,200 tons and yellowtail and other amberjacks account for more than half of the total, with a harvest of 141,000 tons. Yellowtail grow very fast, and because they grow in a temperate marine area at a temperature of above 18 degrees Celsius, they are farmed in quantity across various places, such as Kagoshima Bay, Kagoshima Prefecture, and Bungo Channel, Ehime Prefecture, Oita Prefecture. The cultivation of farmed yellowtail begins with capturing the fry called mojako, born in the Kuroshio Current, and using it as seeds. The fry housed in the fish preserve is brought up with an abundance of food and is shipped in about 1 to 3 years. The fry, which was about 5 to 10 centimeters in the spring, grows to a length of 60 centimeters in the autumn, 1.5 years later. Yellowtail farming technology, which is said to have started about 90 years ago, has evolved throughout history. The increase in the size of the fish preserve, improvement of pellet feed, and disease control and prevention have enabled a stable supply of quality farmed yellowtail throughout the year. Some farmed yellowtails are traded at even higher prices than natural yellowtails in seasons other than the wintertime. Technological innovation is still progressing, as seen in the attempt of shipment of yellowtail before the red tide timing, thanks to the artificial seedlings using